Hello, today I'm going to be playing for you Bill Evans' most famous composition called Waltz for Debby. It's quite a fascinating song and set of chord changes, and the way he voices the chords is very unique. So I'm going to play through it one time and then just the melody, the head part, no solo, but I'm going to play through it once for you, and then I'm going to analyze the chord progression and the voicings that he's using. So here we go with Bill Evans' Waltz for Debby. Okay, I'm going to take you through Waltz for Debby measure by measure, looking at each chord and the chord progression and how the chords are voiced. And this is a very simple tune. It's actually in the key of F, and it's just a simple melody with a simple chord progression, which is a cycle of fifths, like A minor 7, D minor 7, G minor 7, C 7. That'd be a cycle of fifths, so it's very simple that way. But what makes it extraordinary is the way he voices the chords and the way he uses the bass line and the inversions of the chords that he's using. For instance, the first chord is inverted. It's an F major 7. You could look at it as an A minor 7, but he's really got, because the F is in there, I'm going to call it an F major 7 in first inversion. Goes to a D minor 7, and the harmony's filled out in the right hand here. D minor 7, G minor 7. Now, the next chord, it moves up a half step in the bass to an E7 chord in first inversion. So it's a first inversion E7. Then that moves up to half step again to an A9 chord. So you have that movement from G minor 7 to E7 to A9. And then it moves, the bass line moves down to an F sharp, which is the third of a D9 chord, D dominant 9 chord. Then the bass line descends right down the chromatic scale, alternating and going through a cycle of fifths. Very clever. So D9 goes to a G7, then to a C9 in first inversion, to an F chord in third inversion, F13. Now it goes to a G minor 7 chord, but he's got the fifth in the bass, keeping that descending line going. G half diminished, or G minor 7 flat 5 with a D flat, or the fifth in the bass, to a C9 again, and then to a B flat, ending up on an A minor, like that. It actually goes to that. But now the next thing is goes to a D chord, so it's still following the cycle of fifths, because we went from G minor down to G flat, half diminished, then to C7. Then an F, an A minor. Okay, so it changes a little bit there. But now from the A minor we move to a D7, but it's voiced like this with a drop 2. So that means the second note from the top is dropped down to the left hand, and you have this very pretty sounding ascent. That's the signature drop 2 sound. Taking us back to the melody again. And now he has a different set of of inversions. We'll continue. Continuing, now we're back where we started again from the F chord, D minor, G minor. Now it goes to a C9 chord in root position, then ascending in the bass line to an A7 there, but in first inversion of an A7. Then it descends back down to C in the bass with a D chord. So now it's a D7, but it's in third inversion. So now we're reversing the inversions. Now we're going to a G7, went from a D7 to a G7 now in first inversion, then a C chord, C7 chord in third inversion. So we're just reversing the order of the inversions. Now we have an introduction of a new chord. This is a B7 now. So it's kind of like a little bit of a modulation here, taking us to A. So it's a 2-5 of A, like B7, E7 to A major, but A major in first inversion. Then this interesting passage that takes us to the bridge. Okay, so that's what that is an A chord moving to a B minor, then an A chord in root position, and then this transition chord, which is like a sort of an A major 7, but with the G sharp. So he's got continuing with that descending kind of chromatic movement in the bass. It's so clever. Yeah, so from there, it's like really an A chord, A major 7 chord, that there. And then the bridge takes us to G minor 7. This is very simple now. These are more like roots. C7, A minor, D9, G minor, then an A13, D minor, C minor, B flat major, A7 again. Now here's another drop too. That's such a pretty sound, but you can see the drop 2 now. It would be this if it were voiced. Like that. So now with the drop 2, I'm taking that D and putting it down here. There, I'm taking the F, which would be that. There, down an octave. So you're getting this beautiful distribution of the harmonies. And then right here at the end of the bridge, it goes to an A flat major chord. So now this is sort of an altered chord up a half step. We're in a different key now. A flat, then the D flat, then the G minor. C7 takes us back to F again. That's the second segment of the song. Okay, continuing now with the analysis from the last part of the song. In other words, we played the 2 A sections and the bridge, and now this would be the last A section, which is extended, but it's the same progression that we had in the first segment. So this is the F chord, F major 7 in first inversion to a D minor 7 in root position, G minor 7 in root position to the E7 in first inversion. Then the A chord, the A7 chord now is in third inversion, D chord in first inversion, G7 in third inversion, C7 in first inversion, F7 in third inversion, and so on. G minor chord, G half diminished chord, C, the B flat, and now this is a whole new section now. We ended up on the A minor 11 chord now. And then he has this very interesting thing that happens here on a diminished chord. That's a diminished, like, he uses these a lot, these diminished chords. So it goes D sus, sharp 9 in there, D7 sharp 9. Then that is the C chord, C minor 6, taking us to a B minor 9. Now next section is 2 against 3. So he has these arpeggiated movements like this against the 3. Remember, it's a waltz, so it's 3/4. So it goes like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So it sounds like it's going into 4. It's deceiving, and it's deceivingly difficult to play, actually. But it's beautiful. So he has B minor, let me get that again. Now that's like a B minor inverted with an A in the bass, down to an E7 in 3rd inversion with a G sharp. So he's continuing this bass line in steps, either descending or ascending, to an A minor there, and then a C7 in 2nd inversion, then an F7 chord, then a B flat chord, then an A chord, a D minor to a G7. So that's quite a lot of interesting stuff. That's an F9 sus there to the B flat. Now the A7 to the D minor, and then a G7 to this. And the last statement, this is just like a C pedal but with an F to it, like an A flat diminished to a G minor 7, then the C7. So that's actually what's happening there. G minor set 9, then there's like a diminished sound, but it's really a G7 flat 9 with a 13 in it, then to a C9 sus chord. And that sets up now what's going to happen. It's going to go into 4/4. And he begins the solo. Takes us to the solo. Okay, so that completes my analysis and my take on the song Waltz for Debby. It's a beautiful song and very clever in the writing and composing and so on, the theory of it. And I hope it wasn't too complicated for you, but the best thing would be to get the sheet music or the transcription book and study it on your own, and maybe use the video to help you with some of the ideas. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.